Okay, so like entrepreneurship, right?
Mm.
It's everywhere you turn these days. Everyone seems to be chasing this dream of being their own boss, setting their own hours, and, well, raking in those profits.
Yeah, it's a real buzzword these days, isn't it? And you're right, the data definitely reflects that. Back in 2017, that wasn't even that long ago, there were already a staggering 582 million entrepreneurs globally.
582 million. Wow, that's a whole lot of people taking the plunge.
It is. But here's the thing, a good chunk of those folks were talking a significant 62% went in thinking it was going to be, well, easy.
Easy. Oh, man. That's where I think a reality check is in order. Because with all these platforms like Etsy, Shopify, Amazon making it so easy to set up shop online.
Oh, totally. It's like, download this app, click a few buttons, bam, you're in business.
Yep. Right, like ordering takeout. You make it sound so simple. But I think there's a big difference between that initial setup and actually building a business that not just survives, but thrives.
You hit the nail on the head. Thriving is where things get interesting. It's not always pretty Instagram pictures and overnight success stories.
Speaking of those Instagram feeds, I feel like that's where a lot of these easy assumptions come from. You
Mhm.
see those overnight success stories, those perfectly curated feeds, and it's easy to buy into the hype.
It's the highlight reel, isn't it? Not the behind the scenes grind.
Exactly. So for our listeners who are maybe knee-deep in those feeds, what's the reality check? What's lurking beneath the surface of those glamorous posts?
Okay, let's talk about financial savvy for a second. It's not just about slapping a product online and watching the money roll in.
Right. There's a lot more to it than that.
So much more. Cash flow management, understanding those numbers, knowing where every dollar is coming from and where it's going, that's crucial. And anticipating those lean periods, those inevitable ups and downs, that takes planning and resilience. It's not always pretty.
It's definitely not as simple as those "I quit my 9 to 5 and made 6 figures in a month" stories make it seem.
Exactly. There are often months of behind the scenes work, those late nights, the sacrifices that don't make it to the gram. And let's be real, a lot of businesses, especially in the beginning, aren't profitable right out of the gate.
It's a long game, right? It takes time to build that momentum.
It does. And speaking of things, those online narratives often gloss over competition.
Ah, yes. Competition, the ever-present reality of the business world.
And the internet, while amazing in so many ways, has created this incredibly crowded global marketplace. You're potentially going head to head with countless other businesses, many with way more experience and resources than you.
It's like they say, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. It's never too late to jump in, but you have to be realistic.
So true, you've got to carve out your space and be strategic about it. And that brings up another point that often gets overlooked.
Let me guess the challenges of scaling up.
Bingo.
You're not just dealing with a handful of orders anymore.
Yeah.
It's potentially hundreds, thousands, even more.
Exactly. And suddenly, you're not just the idea person, you're managing a whole operation. Your supply chain, logistics, customer service, it's a whole other ballgame.
Okay, so we're talking about moving beyond that initial spark of an idea. We're building a business that can handle growth. Now, a lot of the advice out there, especially from those big names, like Peter Thiel.
Oh yeah, Peter Thiel, the 0 to 1 guy.
Exactly. He talks about the importance of a truly revolutionary idea, that 0 to 1 concept. But is that really the key for everyone?
It's a good question. And look, those 0 to 1 ventures, they're game changers, no doubt. But the reality is most successful entrepreneurs, they aren't necessarily reinventing the wheel.
So it's not always about being the next Facebook or Amazon.
Right. They're building what we call N1 businesses.
Hmm.
They're taking existing models, products, services, and improving upon them.
So finding a niche, solving a problem in a slightly better way. It's about that iterative progress, not always about disrupting the entire game.
You got it. It's about delivering value even if it's not a completely revolutionary concept. And, I've met countless entrepreneurs who didn't even start with this burning passion for their product or service.
Really, they weren't those passion project people.
Nope. They saw a viable business opportunity, they took action, and the passion came later. Sometimes it's about jumping in and figuring things out as you go.
So it's not always find your passion, then start a business. Sometimes it's start a business and the passion might surprise you. I like that.
And it can be empowering. You don't need to wait for that aha moment. Sometimes action fuels passion just as much as passion fuels action.
I love that perspective. Okay, so we've tackled the overnight success myth. We've talked about how you don't always need a revolutionary idea to make it big. But what about the whole funding game, this go big or go bust mentality, especially regarding venture capital? It seems like everyone's chasing those VC dollars these days.
Ah, yes. The allure of VC funding. It's a powerful concept, no doubt. The idea of getting those millions to fuel your growth, it can feel like you've made it, especially in those early stages.
But is it really the only path to real success? Or are we falling for another entrepreneurial myth?
Great question. And honestly, it's not always what it's cracked up to be. You've got to remember, VCs, they're playing a different game. Well, they're looking for those massive returns, those billion-dollar exits. They're playing a portfolio game, investing in a lot of startups, knowing that only a small fraction will actually hit it big.
So it's like they're okay with striking out a bunch of times as long as they hit a few home runs.
Exactly. And their interests often lie in markets that are already showing massive growth potential. They're less likely to be interested in funding small businesses or ventures in those really niche markets.
Which makes sense from their perspective. But it also highlights why seeking massive VC funding shouldn't be the only measure of entrepreneurial success.
I couldn't agree more. There are countless ways to define success as an entrepreneur. Maybe it's building a business that allows you to live a comfortable life. Maybe it's making a difference in your community. Maybe it's creating something you're truly passionate about, even if it's not a billion-dollar unicorn.
So it's about defining what success looks like for you, not chasing someone else's definition.
Exactly. It's your journey. Speaking of which, let's talk about the myth of the self-made entrepreneur, because that's another one that can really trip people up.
Oh, the self-made myth. The idea that successful entrepreneurs just, will themselves to the top without any help, guidance, or support.
Exactly. Like they were just born with this business gene, and that's just not how it works.
Yeah, it's not like some people just magically manifest entrepreneurial skills overnight.
Right. It takes work. And it usually involves a combination of natural aptitude, learned skills, mentors, a supportive network. It's a journey, not a solo mission.
It's not a solo mission, that's for sure. And that actually reminds me of something you've mentioned before, the importance of mentorship. Having those people in your corner who can offer guidance and support.
Absolutely. Having a mentor or even a network of mentors can make all the difference.
Because even if you're not self-made, figuring out how to navigate the entrepreneurial world can still feel pretty daunting.
Oh, for sure. It's like, where do you even begin?
Right. And that's where I imagine a mentor can really be invaluable.
Mm.
Having someone who's been there, done that, who can offer insights and guidance based on their own experiences.
Exactly. Someone who's walked the path and can help you navigate those inevitable bumps in the road. Because let's face it, there will be bumps. It's not always smooth sailing.
Definitely not. But having a mentor, it's like having that experienced guide to help you navigate those rough waters.
Exactly. They can offer a different perspective, challenge your assumptions, and push you to think differently about your approach. It's like having your own personal shark in the tank, but one who's actually invested in your success.
Huh. I love that analogy. It's about getting that tough love, that constructive criticism that can be hard to come by sometimes, even from people who are close to you.
Totally. It's about having someone who can be honest with you even when it's hard to hear. Someone who can say, hey, I know you're passionate about this, but have you considered it from this angle?
Right. It's about getting that outside perspective.
Mhm.
And, speaking of sharks in the tank, didn't Kevin Harrington, one of the original sharks on Shark Tank, talk about the importance of mentorship?
He did. He's a big advocate for it. He's often talked about how crucial mentors were to his own success.
And that's coming from someone with his level of experience.
Mhm.
It really goes to show that no matter where you are on your entrepreneurial journey, having that guidance and support can be invaluable.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing that you don't have to have all the answers, that seeking out guidance is a strength, not a weakness, and it goes beyond just having someone to answer your questions.
Right. It's not just about having a walking, talking encyclopedia of business knowledge at your disposal.
Exactly. A good mentor helps you see your blind spots, those areas where you might be limiting yourself without even realizing it.
They can help you identify those limiting beliefs, those patterns of behavior that might be holding you back.
They challenge you to think differently, to step outside your comfort zone, all of which are crucial for growth, both personally and professionally.
It's about getting comfortable with being uncomfortable,
Right.
because that's often where the real growth happens.
Exactly. And, this ties into another important aspect of building a successful venture,
Let's hear it.
having a solid business plan.
Okay, so we're getting down to brass tacks here, because I know a lot of people, especially in this fast-paced digital world, they hear business plan and they're like, ugh, that sounds So old school and rigid.
I get it. It can feel a bit intimidating, especially when everyone's talking about being agile and pivoting quickly.
Right, like just go with the flow, man, see what happens.
But here's the thing. A business plan isn't about creating this rigid, set-in-stone document that you have to stick to no matter what.
So it's not just about impressing some stuffy old bank manager with a bunch of spreadsheets and projections.
Exactly. It's about forcing yourself to think through all the crucial elements of your business.
Yeah.
Your target market, your revenue streams, your expenses, your marketing strategy.
So it's more about the process of planning than the plan itself.
In a way, yes. It's about anticipating those challenges because, let's be real, there will be challenges.
Oh, there will be challenges for sure.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of the beast.
Exactly. Markets shift, new competitors emerge. Your own assumptions about your target audience might turn out to be wrong.
You've got to be ready to adapt and adjust.
And having a business plan, even if it's just a framework, helps you do that. It helps you make those tough decisions when you're in the thick of it.
It's like having that roadmap, even if you end up taking a detour or two along the way.
Exactly. It helps you stay focused on your goals even when things get crazy. And speaking of staying focused, let's talk about another common pitfall for entrepreneurs.
Hit me with it.
Thinking you have to be an expert in everything.
The I can do it all myself mentality.
Exactly. And look, while it's great to be a jack of all trades to some extent, you don't have to be a master of everything.
We don't have to be the accountant, the marketer, the web developer, the customer service rep, all rolled into one.
Exactly. In fact, trying to do everything yourself, especially as your business grows, can really hold you back.
It's about knowing your strengths and being honest about your weaknesses.
100%. It's about being willing to ask for help, to outsource those tasks that are outside your zone of genius, and to build a team of people who can support you.
And that can be hard for some entrepreneurs, right?
Right.
Especially those who are used to doing everything themselves. Letting go of that control can be tough.
Oh, for sure. It can be a real challenge, but it's also incredibly liberating. Because when you let go of that need to do it all, you free yourself up to focus on what you're truly good at.
And that's where the real magic happens, right? When you can focus on your strengths and let others support you in those areas where you might not be as strong. It's about building a team that complements your skill set.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that you don't have to have all the answers, that seeking out expertise is a strength, not a weakness. And, it brings us to another crucial aspect of building a successful venture: continuous learning.
Yes. The importance of staying curious, staying up to date, always seeking to expand your knowledge base.
Because the business world, especially in this digital age, it's constantly evolving. What worked yesterday might not work tomorrow. So being open to new ideas, new technologies, new ways of doing things is essential.
It's about being adaptable, being willing to pivot when necessary, and embracing the fact that learning is a lifelong journey, not a destination.
Beautifully said. And that brings us to another important but often overlooked aspect of entrepreneurship:
Let's hear it.
the emotional side of things.
Yes. The emotional roller coaster that is entrepreneurship.
It's real because while it can be incredibly rewarding seeing your vision come to life, making a difference in the world, it can also be incredibly demanding.
It's definitely not for the faint of heart.
It takes grit, resilience, and a whole lot of self-belief, especially when those inevitable challenges arise. And let's be honest, the entrepreneurial journey can be pretty isolating at times.
Especially in the beginning when you're putting in those long hours, maybe working from home, feeling like you're in it alone.
Right. And then you go on social media and it's like everyone else is killing it. You see those overnight success stories, those picture-perfect feeds, and it's easy to feel like you're the only one struggling.
It's the highlight reel, not the behind-the-scenes grind. And that can be really discouraging, especially when you're already feeling those pressures.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to build a support network.
A group of people who get it, who understand the ups and downs of the entrepreneurial journey, and can offer encouragement and support when you need it most.
Yes. People you can be vulnerable with, people you can celebrate the wins with and vent your frustrations to without judgment. Because entrepreneurship is a marathon, not a sprint, and having those people in your corner to cheer you on can make all the difference.
Having those people to cheer you on when you feel like you're running in circles, definitely. It makes all the difference.
It really does. It's like having your own personal cheer squad, pushing you to keep going even when you want to give up.
Because those moments will come, right? Those moments where you question everything, where you doubt yourself, where you might even be tempted to throw in the towel.
Oh, absolutely. It's part of the process.
Yeah.
But having that support network, those people who can remind you of your why, offer a fresh perspective, or simply lend an ear and say, I get it, those are the people who will help you through those tough times.
Because sometimes that's all it takes, right? Just knowing that you're not alone, that someone else gets it.
Exactly. And that brings us to something really important I want to leave our listeners with today.
Let's hear it. What's that one thought-provoking question you want them to really ponder as they embark on their own entrepreneurial journey?
Well, we've talked a lot about the practical aspects of building a business. The planning, the financial savvy, the marketing, the importance of mentorship and support. But ultimately, it all comes back to this one question. What does success truly look like to you?
Because it's not a one-size-fits-all definition, right?
Yeah.
Success for one entrepreneur might look completely different from success for another.
You got it. It's personal. It's about aligning your definition of success with your values, goals, and aspirations.
So it's not just about the bottom line. It's not just about building a billion-dollar company or becoming the next big tech unicorn.
Those things are great, of course, but they're not the only measures of success.
So what other benchmarks are we talking about here?
Well, maybe success for you is about creating a business that allows you to have more time freedom to spend with your family. Or maybe it's about making a difference in your community, leaving a positive impact on the world. Maybe it's about pursuing a passion, something you truly believe in, even if it's not the most lucrative venture.
It's about defining success on your own terms, not by someone else's standards.
Exactly. And that's what I want our listeners to remember. Entrepreneurship is about so much more than just building a business. It's about creating a life that aligns with your values, your passions, your definition of success.
That's a powerful message to end on, and I think it's a great reminder for all of us, no matter where we are on our journeys. So, to our listeners, we hope this deep dive has provided you with some valuable insights, some practical tips, and maybe even a little bit of inspiration to keep chasing those dreams.
Absolutely. Because entrepreneurship is a journey filled with challenges and rewards. But ultimately, it's about creating something that's meaningful to you. And that's something worth striving for.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in yourself and your vision.